Leadership is about changing the organisation. It's about taking it from one place to another. And to do that, you have to have ideas.
Paul Sloane is an expert in innovation, lateral thinking and leadership, and has a wealth of business experience behind him, including the UK launch of the IBM PC, MD of Database Leaders Ashton-Tate, and CEO of Monactive Limited.
If you want to be a leader, you've got to start challenging and you've got to start taking some risks. The definition of a leader, by the way, is a leader is someone who has followers. To be a successful leader, you need to be an innovator. It doesn't mean you have to come up with lots of great ideas. You have to be able to lead a team to come up with and implement great ideas, because a leader always changes an organisation. A manager simply makes it run, but a leader always takes it from one place to another. That involves innovation. Leadership and innovation live in the same house. Parker Penn's appointed a new marketing director, and they said to her, "How can we sell more pens?" And she said, "I think you're asking the wrong question. You should ask a more basic question, which is, what business are we in?" She said, "I've asked people why they buy our pens. And they don't buy them to write with." She said, "Well, the person who buys a Parker pen buys it as a present, as a gift, in a case. The person who receives it may choose to write with it, but the person who buys it buys a gift. And we should change our pricing, our promotion, our distribution, our packaging to be aligned with the gift industry, not the pen industry." And by doing that, they were much more successful.
We're bringing Paul in as a contribution towards both our Mindful Manager program, where we're trying to get our students to think about the way they think, and also part of our Consultancy Challenge course, where we get them to go into an organisation and be aware that what they first find, what they first think, may not be the right solution. And when they're consultants, they need to be able to come up with lots of different ideas. And Paul Sloane's really tied in with that type of process that we're trying to get our students to do. And we have other speakers who come in, talk about their industries and what they're saying. So this is a big program that runs all the way through our MBA year, available to our students, that just really adds to the academic knowledge they get and the practical experiences that we give them.
Why do people buy the products or services that you offer? And why do people not buy? These are really important fundamental questions. If you know what problem you're solving, then you can think of alternative ways of solving that problem. The real innovators are rule breakers. They say, what are the rules that apply in this business? What would happen if we broke every one of them?
Of course, it helps you to think from a different perspective. This point about not taking assumptions as something that it's granted, it's very, very important when you are trying to find a different way to differentiate and to create different advantages for your company.
The leader sets the destination and lets the team choose the route. And if you look at, British Airways and Lufthansa and Air France thought they were running really tight operations. But there were minimum standards you had to offer in an airline. Surely you have to have allocated seating, you have to issue tickets, you have to sell through travel agents, you have to give people a free cup of tea or coffee on the flight. Surely those are minimum standards that every airline must offer. No. Innovation does not necessarily mean better, it means different.
With the Consultancy Challenge, he's given us a lot of things to think about, like how we want to go into this project the next time, how would we look at it from a leader point of view. If you're in a group, how are you going to start looking at things differently, innovatively. So all of these really give you food for thought, The
innovator's motto is this: I succeed or I learn, but I never fail.
Lancaster MBA, they try to challenge you to think differently. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about the MBA, and I think that this talk really fit well with that.
This is a big program that runs all the way through our MBA year, available to our students, that just really adds to the academic knowledge they get and the practical experiences that we give them.
The Lancaster MBA, developing senior strategic leaders.